Lucky you.
36 best
Tuned
holes in
into
golf.
Alternate Shots podcast,
Barney's Army.
where we talk about golf,
Sandy.
poker,
James Bond.
horse racing,
Double.
classic movies.
Zenyatta.
We have no script.
Down the stretch they come.
We are glad you joined us.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
That's awesome. All right, so shifting gears, because we do shift a lot here. Here we go. I'm going to give you guys some quotes, because I know, Billy, you like movies like Billy Regan and I. Here's the quote. What's the movie? Quote, intelligence. Nothing has caused the human race so much trouble as intelligence. Where was that said? And what movie? Thelma Ritter said it in Rear Window when after she's giving Jimmy Stewart the rub down. She was the therapeutic nurse that came in at the beginning of the movie, and she's wondering why he and Grace Kelly don't get married. There's another one for you. This is easy. In what show or movie? The Mild-Mannered Reporter.
Superman.
You got it. Okay.
Who came to Earth with powers and ability far beyond those of mortal men.
I'm going to give you another easy one. Quote, drinking don't bother my memory. If it did, I wouldn't drink. I couldn't. You see, I forget how good it was. Then where'd I be? Start drinking water again. Billy Regan.
I remember it, but I can't put my finger on who said
That's
it.
in my Tab and Tab Not with Bogart.
Oh yeah, Walter Brennan.
See, my wife would do well with you. I'm not a great oldies guy. She still watch like Turner Classic Movie Channel. Like,
here's one you should get. You'll have nothing and like it.
Know that one. At night.
Yeah. Quote, look at me, Leo.
Get Shorty.
When he was driving around in the minivan.
Yeah. Dennis Farina's great in that movie. He's great in every movie.
I am looking at it. I said, look at me.
I'm the guy telling you how it is. When he hooks up with the movie producer guys. He's like, what is that? The Fiat of handguns?
Farina says, let me explain something to you. Momo is dead. It means that everything he had now belongs to Jimmy Cat. About the elephant in the room. What about Caddyshack, Billy? You know more about Caddyshack than Bill Murray, I think.
No, I was funny. I was with a caddy yesterday, and he found out that my brother's Danny Noonan, and he was spitting out quotes left and right, left and right. When I first worked on Wall Street, I mean, so that was like 1982. So Caddyshack, it was, it actually grew in popularity as time went on. And I started working Wall Street in 1982. All these guys were doing Caddyshack quotes, and I was like, I didn't know anything about it. I'd seen the movie once, and I didn't have. These guys had all the quotes down. So I mean, I'm not as knowledgeable, and I know, just talking to my brother about things and stuff, some of the inside stuff, but I'm not as knowledgeable about every single quote in the movie as some are.
Now, how did they pick him? How did they pick your brother?
Well, he had gotten some exposure because he had done The Great Santini.
Yep.
Which was pretty popular movie at the time. He actually got nominated for Academy Award, so he got some visibility already. He caddied at Wingfoot with us, as a kid. So he had a golf rap. He had a little bit of a golf swing. And my brother was like a really good interviewer. He really sold himself well. I used to hear him on the phone, kind of pitching himself to people and producers and casting agents. He was really good, and he got along well with Brian Doran Murray and Billy Murray when they interviewed him. So I think it was just he was the right place, right time, and the right guy, the right look and the right age and everything else.
Does he play golf?
It was funny. We played as a kid, and we played on Caddy Day, which was awesome at Wingfoot back in the day. I mean, you could play 36 holes at Wingfoot as a caddy. I mean, nobody cared. So he played a little bit. So he had a little bit of a swing. And when he got the job, he actually, my father's law firm partner, Bob McCarthy, was a member of Wingfoot. And he asked the board if he could come and prepare for the movie, before the movie. And he was at Wingfoot like 6 weeks, every day, hitting balls, taking lessons, and playing a lot with Joey Neaporti.
I was going to say Joey would be the guy.
He said Joey is the guy who basically taught him the swing. And if you look at his swing, it was a really popular move at the time. He had basically the reverse C swing. He had the Johnny Miller swing, which they were kind of teaching at the time. Joey got him wired on that swing. And, if you look at the the movie, there weren't a lot of great swings in that movie. I mean, Chevy Chase had, a little bit of a move, but nobody else really had a swing like my brother. My brother had a pretty good swing in the movie, but he didn't really play very much after that. He actually gave me the Caddyshack hat. I sent Bobby a picture of that. He gave me the PGA Tommy Armour irons he used in the movie, which were blades, and that's what I was when I started playing golf in the mid-late '80s again. I was using those irons, which were impossible to hit for me. He didn't play it for a while, and then they started, probably about 15 years ago, they started asking him to play back in like celebrity tournaments. They had these celebrity, pro-ams before tournaments or just celebrity tournaments, on their
charity,
own.
yeah.
The one up in Oregon, he's playing in a couple times. Those off weekend kind of celebrity tournaments he started playing in those, and he got the game back in. He's probably the slowest guy I've ever played with.
Uh-oh.
He got into Zen golf, and I told him at one point, I said, I don't know much about Zen golf, but you got to pick it up a little bit. We played at Wingfoot once, and I was playing with him and Tom Lynette. And Tom Lynette said, "Who's my fourth?" I said, "My brother's the third and the fourth." You see him in he was in a Super Bowl commercial for it was a Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Yeah, and there was a Michelob commercial with Serena Williams. Pretty cool.
No, he did very well. Do you have a favorite line from the movie? You're looking at.
I actually saw one the other day. I said, having some people over on Sunday. You might want to come by, mow my lawn.
Ponder poop.
Guy like you could probably use a few bucks.
The judge and the wife come back to the house, and he's
oh my God.
The judge has been with Lacey.
He's done a couple celebrity appearances, like signature things with her. She still looks really good.
We played, and I said, "Well, what are you doing?" He told me about getting picked for the movie. I said, "Really? What's it going to be about?" At that point, he said, "It's about a caddy who rises up and wins the Masters or something like that." But what you taught me was the way they built that script day to day, and the genius was one of the geniuses was Brian Doyle Murray.
Yeah, no, he was. My brother says him and Harold Ramis were the two guys that kind of created it. But there was so much, improvisation between Bill Murray and Ted Knight. And those guys like just on scene kind of changes. Everybody was out of their mind. So there was so much going on, like live on the scenes. He said that it just kind of, some of the stuff wasn't written down. It just was created on site.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you guys. A lot of fun.
And
Thanks, Billy.
About the elephant in the room. What about Caddyshack, Billy? You know more about Caddyshack than Bill Murray, I think.
No, I was funny. I was with a caddy yesterday, and he found out that my brother's Danny Noonan, and he was spitting out quotes left and right, left and right.
Do you have a favorite line from the movie?
I actually saw one the other day. I said, having some people over on Sunday, you might want to come by, mow my lawn.
Thanks for joining us
Casper.
today.
Billy
We
Harmon.
really appreciate your
Double
feedback.
Indemnity.
And please
Markey.
subscribe to the
Two
show
Outer.
and hit
Claude
the bell
Harmon.
icon so you get notified
Movie
of
Classics.
new episodes.
Mark Gable.
Hit them
Odd
hard
Job.
and hit them off.
Best 36 holes.